what's going on. I just wanted to make a video real quick talking about my next song, Hello. It's going to be coming out at the end of this month, so next Thursday it'll be the 31st. And the song Hello, I really like the song a lot. It's very vulnerable. I haven't done a song like that in a little bit. A self-reflective song. I think the last song I did like that was maybe Trauma, and that was a couple of years ago. But the song, I had said in a previous post that the song, it's very intentional. One thing that I think makes artists more relatable is vulnerability. So rapping fast and having bars and being lyrical and all that kind of stuff, that's, making the love songs, Spanish songs, that's fun and all, but I think what really makes somebody relatable is whenever they're vulnerable, and whenever you get to hear their story, you learn more about them. So this song, Hello, it's just me talking about my story and just always feeling, I didn't belong, and feeling ignored, like I said in the post. And I think there are probably a lot of people who can identify with that. So the song is called Hello, just talking about not feeling seen or heard. And I said that every line, even the title, the punctuation in the title, because I have a question mark and then an exclamation mark and then two periods, even that has a meaning to it. And that's symbolism for my progression as a person, and just, of course, getting older in life. So as a kid, when you see the artwork, it's on, on the playground, me at the playground, and that's really where it started. So there's a question mark, because I remember I used to ask my grandpa whenever I was younger, it seems like I didn't fit in, or it seems like people didn't like me. It seems like people don't like me, so why is that? And he just would explain just the fact that I was just different, because I never really got into, when I was young, I never really got into, parties and smoking, drinking, going out there and causing trouble. Not to say I was perfect, certainly wasn't, certainly not, obviously, but I always gravitated more towards older people because they had so much wisdom and they had a lot of experience. They had a lot to say. I was never into just, making fun of people and, just getting into things. I never really got into that. I've always been more so of a homebody. But then even just as a younger child, I remember just on the playground not being friends with the other children, and them not being friends with me. And I remember I just always felt ignored, and actually had an imaginary friend, because the other children would never, they just would never pay me any mind, never pay me attention. There's one kid, he wasn't there all the time though. There's one kid, he would hang out with me sometimes, but I remember that's where it started, hence the question mark. And I felt like, maybe is there something wrong with me? It just seems like I don't really fit in. And then like around high school, so that exclamation mark in the title is me being angry and just having more experiences of not having the same that everyone else had, whether it be, with the ladies or just other, just that social life in general, or just being a little awkward, socially awkward, which I've always been and still am. So yeah, I was angry in high school at that time in my life, and I talk about it in the song. I started cutting myself, and it was just a dark time for me. And then we transitioned into me going to college and to where I am now with the periods. That's just me just being like relaxed and just accepting it. I don't question it. I'm not angry about it. It is what it is. And now I love it. I like being alone. And I have friends and all that kind of stuff, and family and everything. So don't get me wrong. But I remember talking to the pastor at church I grew up in. The pastor, Pastor Jordan, really good at reading people and just seeing things. So I talked to him, this was a couple years ago, so it was recent. But I talked to him and I said, yeah, no, I didn't bring that up. He just happened to see it. And he said to me, I think we were talking about, like, I don't remember what we were talking about. Maybe we were talking about, like, women and dating or something like that. But anyway, he said, yeah, people respect you and they like you, but you're very awkward. They think you're weird. They think you're odd because you don't fit in, because you don't do what they do. And not to say I'm better in any way. I'm just as broken as anybody else. I need Jesus just like anybody else. I have my flaws like anybody else, if not more so. But that's what he said. And he said that people, because I don't really, laugh around and joke around, I don't go to parties and all that kind of stuff, people respect me and they like me, but they, at the same time, they might feel uncomfortable around me, or they might feel, they think I'm awkward, or they think I'm weird, they think I'm odd. And it's always been that ever since I was a child, and I'm not complaining about it. As a kid it would bother me, but today I accept that and everything that it means. And you will hear that and see that progression throughout the song. And it's a beautiful song to me, and it means a lot to me. And like I said, all that lyrical stuff, it's cool, but I like the storytelling songs. And I say all that to say, I'm getting ready to end the video, I say all that to say, hopefully when the song drops, maybe it's something that you can identify with, hopefully it touches you, and just always know that you're not the only one that has been through that or feels that way. But the way I see it is, I don't know, I mean, the world, it's just interesting. As humans, we crave that validation and that acceptance, but I've seen this post on social media a couple times now where the world crucified a perfect man, which is Jesus, so why do we care so much about what people think? But I don't know, it's just interesting. I guess that's human nature to want, on some level, that acceptance. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that and give you the preface of the song. And I put the snippet out of the intro, so it's really interesting how the song came together. The chaplain at my job had recorded some lines and we made it work, so really interesting. I'd love to do a music video for it at some point. But anyway, that's just a little backstory and talking about the song a little bit. It is going to drop July 31st, and I hope that you will enjoy the story and let it be encouragement that if you are in a dark place right now, it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to stay that way. You can grow past that. You can move beyond that, and you're always welcome to reach out and hit me up if you feel like you don't have anybody to talk to, if you feel like you don't have any friends, or if you do feel ignored, or like you don't fit in, or if you're depressed or something. Because I get it, man, this is a hard world to live in sometimes, and people, we can be mean to each other and ostracize one another and so on and so forth, so be on the lookout for that song, and I hope that it does something for somebody.
You've never really fit in with people, right? Where did this start?
The playground is owned by peers. They strayed cause I was different. I'm so sincere. Growing up, I remember I would hold my tears over years, but the pain was really so severe. I'm shouting, is anybody listening? Can anybody hear me? As a child, I remember feeling so alone. Now I'm grown, but still I yell hello, hello.